All right, so here we are. It's just me. Don't know where Pete is.
My fight
Oh,
song.
here he is.
Am I right song? Something.
Right song. Oh, here he is, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, PGJ! Come on, you bloody beauties! Danny boy! You know what's up. Oh,
I think you've just answered my tweet the other day.
get around him!
How'd you guys go last night? Was the
We
tweet-
are the LCO champions! We are the champions, my friend!
Boom,
Bum, bum, and we'll keep on fighting to the end! PJJ! Dun, dun. Roll the tape!
Alright, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Game on! Game on! It's gaming time! Excellent! Game on! Game on! It's gaming time! Excellent!
Well, so that was a big weekend for you.
Oh, mate, was it a big weekend? I tell you what. So for those of you who are new to the show, the podcast, all of that sort of stuff,
Hello.
welcome to you on Twitch and on audio across our wonderful audio partners as well. I'm the general manager of a esports team known as Pentanet.gg, and on the weekend, on Saturday, in 4 games out of the 5, in a best of 5 for the LCO, the very first LCO split in history, Pentanet.gg are the champions. Professional League of Legends is alive and well.
And congratulations. And what I loved about it most is that you guys have put in a lot of hard work
So much.
over a couple of years, 2 years.
Couple of years, yeah.
And
yeah. The org you're talking about.
yeah, exactly right. I mean, and it just feels like it was all the reward for all that big effort.
So
you know,
rewarding. And look,
congratulations.
congratulations to the team. Congratulations to the wider team. There's a lot of people at Pentanet coming together to make this thing a reality. So it's wonderful to get the win for everybody's sake. The boys now head off to Reykjavik
So
in Iceland.
physically head off.
Physically go. So we're sending over a team of 8.
What about COVID?
It's all sorted.
Really?
It's all been sorted. Yep. Mate, when you are wearing the armor of the LCO champion,
You're COVID resistant.
it just bounces off you. It's like in comes COVID. Oh, LCO champion, bang, and not a worry at all. But the boys are heading over to MSI
When?
in the next few weeks.
Oh, you're not going?
Iceland, I can't, unfortunately. I've got things to do. But that's okay. It's not about me. It's about the boys. It's about the team. And congratulations, boys. It's wonderful news. First team in the history of LCO to lift the trophy. Pentanet.gg. Get around him.
What did you do when you... Were you there?
I
Or were you
I
watching?
was at an engagement party.
Oh, were you?
So I was at an engagement party and...
You're doing that thing on the side, with, like when you're with the footy, like...
Well, no, like people are... So I'm at a table, right?
Yeah.
Upright table. And I'm on my phone like this,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I just didn't give a shit. And with all...
What?
With respect to
the engagement party.
April and Alex, and but very good friends of ours, love you to bits.
Hi, April. Hi, Alex.
Did not give a shit. I'm like, I know you guys are getting engaged. Good stuff. I've seen it before. This I'm seeing for the first time, and I'm sitting there, man, and the team is popping off, and Parbu with his final play. Oh, shitballs! It was incredible, and I'm there, and we've got a whole group, new demographic of people who are Pentanet.gg fans because of the yelling and screaming I was doing at that engagement party that night. It was amazing. Absolutely amazing. So yes, very cool. People,
Awesome.
A lot of people who've never heard of esports before now know esports. So very good.
That's right.
While we're on the subject of Pentanet and .gg, hello Pentanet, our good friends over there. Hello Lenovo Legion.
Hello.
It's wonderful to have you guys. And hello to our very special GOA Legends Club members as well.
Yes.
Our paid members. We've got your questions through the Discord in your secret channel within the GOA Discord. We appreciate them. We're going to answer them toward the end of the podcast too. I'm just scrolling. Have you heard of Wonderlust
I've heard you mention it.
by Camera Electronic?
No.
So Perth blokes,
Yeah.
great bunch of guys. I've known them for years. In fact, gave me my first ever proper camera to do streaming.
Fantastic.
They've opened this store called Wonderlust in the city, and it's all like big boys' toys.
Ooh,
So
my kind of store.
e-foils, underwater drones, robots, cameras, speakers,
Bloody yes.
e-skateboards, headphones. I'm heading out there today.
Oh,
So yeah.
wowzers.
These new Hero IQ buds too.
I love those kind
Max.
of stores. Can you take some socials for me?
I'll take
please?
some socials. I'll take some pictures and stuff.
I want to live through. I want to live through your experience of this store for the first time through your socials.
Vicariously.
Yeah.
So I'm going to head out there today because I'm just going to go and catch up with them and come and see this store. It's a new store that's open in Perth. But,
Is it next to that new bra shop called Wonder Bust?
Good one.
Bang, bang, bang.
But they are the cool thing about them is because we've got a lot of people who listen and watch across the country, and they've just opened online shopping on their
Yeah,
store.
right.
So
Fantastic.
if you're interested, Wanderlust Perth. It's WANDERLUST perth.com.au. You're beauty.
I'm in. I'm all in.
Look at the tech.
I know.
Look at that stuff.
I know.
That's
I love-
amazing.
That's all the shit, man.
That is all the
I
stuff.
love all that stuff.
It's the stuff it's the shop that you walk past and you go, I need to go in there.
Well, it's interesting. Yeah, that's right. And it's interesting because this week's a big week in Australia for Lotto, right? There's a 35 million tonight and I think 50 million on Thursday.
Oh, and you're thinking,
And people-
what would you buy?
People always go, oh, if I had the most money, I wouldn't be able to spend it. Yeah, I fucking could.
Yeah. Bloody oath I could.
Bloody oath I could.
I've never used an e-foil surfboard before, but I bet you I could try and learn.
That's right.
Yeah, anyway, so good times.
Bloody great.
Dan, you know what? Oh, shit, you know what we haven't done?
Oh, what's that?
My name's Pete.
My name's Dan Internet.
And believe it or not, for the next hour, we're going to bang on about games because we bloody love gaming, Dan.
We do.
Yeah.
There's something else we bloody love as well, Pete. And
I had it written down here because I knew this was going to happen. Hang on.
I'm going on leave tomorrow, so my brain's elsewhere. We bloody love gaming,
No, I get it.
and we bloody love something else. Far out.
You know what else we bloody love?
Wanderlust, Boys
They're
Toys.
good. Boys Toys, Lenovo Legion, Pentanet.
Is it Boys Toys anymore, or is it more gender neutral?
Oh, it's 2021, so it's People's Toys.
People's
I guess.
Toys, yeah. That's exactly right.
There it is.
Gaming! Bloody gaming, that's right! Shit! Well done, you.
Thanks, mate.
Well
No,
done, you.
I had a feeling, so I just thought I'd write it down. So there you go. Hey, we got
Remember
some.
that for next week, all right?
I will.
Write that down again.
I will.
All right,
We've
good.
got some really interesting stories up at GameOnOz.com at the moment. That's Game on AUS, Dan.
.com.
This one in particular, and I want people to go and read this because
Is this the Great Zulu?
this is the Great Zulu.
The Great Zulu.
Royce Wilson. Lust from Beyond, sex, horror, and a developer interview because we're not sure we can review the game due to Australia's censorship laws. We've spoken about Australia's censorship
We
laws
have.
around video games
We have.
before. I just want to read just a little excerpt on this. As a fan of Lovecraftian horror.
Ooh,
What a word, Lovecraftian.
Lovecraftian. Yeah, it's a good.
I'm
word.
always on the lookout for interesting games and books set in the genre. Sometimes, as with the game that sparked this story, I find something particularly interesting that does something new and innovative in the genre. The cosmic horror themes Lovecraft wrote about are a rich vein for games developers to tap into, but it's rarely been done well. I've said before, that I believe the best HP Lovecraft game to date is probably The Sinking City. And even that isn't without its flaws. The latest game to draw inspiration from Lovecraft's work is the game Lust from Beyond. It's the second full game in this particular cycle. I can't say that word. Lustgar. Lustgar. How would you say that? LUSST apostrophe GHAA.
Yeah,
Lustgar?
Lusgar.
Lustgar.
The GH.
Lustgar. Anyway,
Maybe.
it's all about the lustful god, and there's some other bits and pieces in it as well. But the interesting thing is that described as a psychological horror with occult and erotic themes.
Ooh,
God, what a game.
cheapest.
There is some confusion over whether we can legally review the game, given it would almost certainly be refused classification due to its content, which includes explicit sex, sexual assault perpetrated against the main character, and corpses which appear to have met a depraved end. What we can do, however, is interview the developers of the game and get their insights into making a unique game in a little explored genre, which is the focus of this article. Now, it's a great article and one that you can go along and read at GameOnOz.com. But just around those sort of laws, again, this conversation around Australian classification of what is allowed in this country. Now, the last time we were speaking about this, in fact, it was just the last podcast a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, it was, yeah. Yep.
And it was about a game, refused classification. Forgive me if I don't remember the name. People who are watching in Twitch and who are, as we speak, entering our
us.
DMs because they've just heard us on the podcast. Great, thank you. will tell us the name, and we appreciate that. So thank you very much. But that was around the fact that in that particular game,
That you were taking speed as health.
right,
Yeah.
and that's the thing, like speed boosted or enhanced
Yeah.
your abilities.
Yeah.
Ergo, it was seen as a positive thing perpetrated by the
Yes.
game's story,
Yes.
right? Which is why the Australian Classification Board has gone, oh,
Yep.
no thank you.
Yep.
This one here, with all the explicit sort of sex, the sexual assault perpetrated against the main character. Now, I don't know the context with which this stuff is executed in the game, and I can't imagine it's in a great light. So, again, that sort of idea of somebody's making the rules for us, I'm not entirely comfortable with, but I haven't moved from my position of I'm thinking about people that are younger than me.
Yeah.
And how they do manage to get a hold of this stuff. And the other thing is we're in a really precarious position here in Australia at the moment, given the general, I mean, look, across the country, just your general sort of social conversation that's going on around domestic violence and so on and so forth, but particularly at a political level with everything that's happened in Parliament House.
Yeah, 100%.
Around Brittany Higgins and so on and so forth.
Yep.
You can Google all that stuff if you want to check it out. Yeah, I still sitting on the fence on this one.
I mean, we've talked about this years ago, I reckon it was. Why hasn't there been a crossover between, I don't want to say porn, but, intimate acts into gaming?
Well, there has been. Like, there's
But
many...
not explicit, not like, the
Well, look at Leisure Suit Larry.
well, yeah, but
It's pixelated, really, isn't it?
well, it's not really explicit. Like I'm talking about, proper scenes.
Yeah, but when does it... Okay, when does it go from... it's a cinematic that enhances the product or game to this is an excuse to show people
Well, that's
porn.
exactly right, and that's the $1 million question, isn't it? I don't know whether they're actually trying to, but there's clearly an appetite for porn in the world.
Of course there is. There always will be.
Always will be.
I mean, I don't
think
know
there
if
always
you've
has
ever.
been.
I don't know if you ever seen those. Occasionally they make themselves known on historic pages, like on Facebook and stuff like that. It's just interesting stuff. That
What, you read it for the articles?
Of course I do. And so did those blokes in the the 1300s.
Yeah,
but like
that's
there's like there's old texts with drawings of like the nudity and stuff like that. That was the only way at the time that they could capture sexual activity. But it's virtually a porn mag. Like, it's virtually the Picture Magazine or Playboy or something like that. I've never read them, but I've heard people have told me about them. But
Do you know? Can I just tell you a really quick story? Because this happened to me. You know how I'm such an old man, right? And I'm not, without doubt the oldest person involved in Game On.
well, how's your knee?
Oh, yeah, that's pretty old. It was year 12, 1990, and a game came out that was textually based. It was an adventure game where it had a porn element to it. Like, it actually went through a full-on scene of what happened, but all text. So you had to use your imagination. And someone showed me, and I'm reading it, being 16 years of age, something moved.
Oh, God.
And all my mates were watching it, and they went, you got a boner! Like, oh, I'm sorry. Right? So it does, it can work. My point being, from the initial part of this story, is that I think classifications, and it's probably a good thing, is stopping that person from making that game that transcends and transfers from being a game into being, an explicit porn thing,
Well, I mean, listen to this, and forgive me if I get this wrong. I mean this with respect. In this article that Zulu has written, he goes into that very subject. He says one of the development team's visions was making porn without porn.
Right.
Mr. Kiaston, sorry if I've gotten that wrong, said, explaining they wanted to play with player expectations and make something that wasn't merely pandering to the lowest common denominator. Pornography is perceived as something cheap, he says, an easy way to get attention. You show the audience exactly what it craves. That's just how we're made as humans, he said. Let's say that there isn't too much ambitious porn out there. Making Lust from Beyond, we didn't want to just make porn. We wanted to play with the expectations of our players. At first, you partake in a relatively classic sex scene, but progressively we add new elements, including an experience with alien creatures. We move the psychological line from excitement to revulsion and fear.
Oh, God.
This sounds... See, now, I read this, and I read... I read the point of view and where they're coming from, right? And I go, okay, so these guys are like, they're genuine artists. They've got a plan. It's not the lowest common denominator by the way this reads and by the things that they say. And when I do read this, I feel disappointed that there is a fair old chance we may not be able to play this game in this country.
Yep.
Because yes, it is different, and yes, it is left of centre, and yes, it is breaking barriers. But it's doing them in such a way that I would find this fascinating, like a fascinating game to play, to explore that psychological element, to understand how they move the line from excitement to revulsion and fear.
Yeah. Well, it's there's a curiosity to it, isn't there?
Absolutely, there's always a curiosity to it.
That piqued my interest. Like, I'm not into these kind of games at all, but I'm certainly thinking, well, I wonder what that looks like, Similar to music, like I've got friends of mine that are right into that really hardcore death metal.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've heard it. I don't like it, but at least I've heard it to make a judgment.
Yeah, of course.
This is the problem we got here. Is that
you don't get a chance to make a judgment.
Hardcore gamers, people that watch this show, listen to this, listen to us, anyone who's above level gamer.
Yep.
Will want to make their own judgment on that. And gamers, I think, particularly hate being told what to do. That's part of our little makeup,
Yep.
Hate being told you can't do that. And in actual fact, the more fuss that's kicked up about it, the more we want to have a look at it.
Well, of course, because it's
that classic,
it's that classic
catch-22.
element. Yeah, 100%. Well, the story is there. If you want to go and check it out, GameOnOz.com. It is
another fan. Zulu's an awesome writer, and that's just another classic example of that.
Yep, 100%.
Well done, son.
Well done, son. That is amazing news.
Funny that speaking of which, someone on my Gmail is my name, right? And someone now I thought I was the only Dan Vandermeer in the world. Turns out I'm not. Someone in Holland, in the motherland, is sending me emails thinking it's their son Dan.
Yeah.
When it's me.
Yeah.
Hi son, everything's son. Son, check out this article.
Hey, son.
I haven't had the balls yet to tell you. I'm not, unless...
Mate, this might
maybe
be one of those... Dad. This might be one of those wonderful stories.
Maybe.
Where, for years, this guy's discovered you, and his son went missing, right? Yeah. And his son is still missing, and it's not you.
Maybe, no.
But you have kept this guy going.
Maybe it's
through this conversation.
Maybe it's the Dutch royal family, and it's King Holland.
King Holland,
whatever his name is, I don't know.
You should know. It's your
no,
heritage.
I don't. Who's the King of Italy?
There's
not one. Is there?
Pasta lasagna chair. Hang on, King of Holland.
It's not. Oh yeah. Willem. Willem
Alexander.
Yeah.
Klaus George Ferdinand. Ferdinand.
France
Ferdinand.
Take me out. I say you don't. Is that them?
There is no King of Italy anymore. The last King of Italy was
the Godfather.
What was it? It was 1947. They had their last one.
Oh yeah,
Victor Emmanuel III. God, that doesn't sound like a King of Italy, does it? Victor.
How about the anyone following us on socials? You would have seen that me and Pete went to a cafe.
We did. We went to a cafe. If you know, you know.
There was a bloody dish called the Mario Brothers.
The Mario Brothers. Yep.
If that's not talking to gamers, I don't know what is.
100%. We didn't order it.
No. Look good though. Mushrooms.
Looks so good. Yeah, mushrooms are so good. Well, they're the great all-rounder, Dan. I don't know if you remember those ads.
Hi to our friends at the mushroom board, but yeah.
Okay. Shall we move on?
We shall.
Shall we move on to something else? Yep. I am interested to get your take on this because I believe we've sort of been down this route before. This is from The Verge. The team behind Age of Empires 4 wants you to learn history while playing the game. Narrated documentaries, period-appropriate language, and more. Age of Empires games have always taken place against a historical backdrop, but Microsoft and Relic Entertainment want to take things even further. With Age of Empires 4, the game will feature narrated documentaries throughout the campaigns, time period accurate language and music, as well as art and game design that looks to take inspiration from both world history and the history of the Age of Empires franchise. On release, Age 4, which a lot of people are looking forward to, by the way, will focus on the Middle Ages, having players start with small agrarian villages and build up to castles and kings. While players can experience hundreds of years of history in a single match, the game will also feature campaigns that let players go through real-life stories that span generations. So far, the only one announced has been the Norman Conquest, starting with the Battle of Hastings. You remember that?
Yep.
You were there,
I was
weren't
there.
you? Yeah.
I started it.
You old fart.
I said they did.
The campaigns in Age of Empires have always added some historical context to the battles and missions you'll be doing, but in 4, each will be accompanied by documentary footage shot on location.
Wow.
The team behind the game says this is in celebration of history, but also works to give players context around what they're doing. It's easy to see how this could add to gameplay. Skirmishes are fun, but knowing why you want to win a battle can really add to the drama of it all.
That last line, that is my argument, Peter. I know we've debated this. I believe it was Battlefield 5 that started this.
I think it was, yeah.
Because I love the way that
historical
game
representation
represented events in World War One.
And I think I might have said at the time, I don't give a fuck about history. I just want to shoot people.
Oh, actually, that's a quote. We put out a press release with exactly that quote. From
Yes,
I
know.
Yeah.
Pete Corelli.
Pete Corelli, yeah.
GOA.
You know what? Back on the fact that I'm a very old man, there was a time in my life, Pete, too, where I agreed. I didn't give a fuck about history. I don't give two shits about history. But I think as you get older, you start to want to know about why we are here and what happened and who did what. As a gamer, I still love to game. I still love to shoot people in a game. That's my quote. But at the same time, to understand why this battle happened, or and looking at the start of World War One is with Franz Ferdinand. That's how it started.
Yeah.
Wasn't it the Russian king who got assassinated or something? And that's what I think his name was, Franz Ferdinand or something. Or he's the assassinator. So anyway, the point being is that gaming has this real ability that we've talked about too, that immerse you in a story like nothing else can. A book can't do it. A bloody movie can't do it. But gaming can.
Mm-hmm.
So why not use that to educate? And educate's a bad word because it's a boring word. People think of educate and you think, oh God. But if you can make it immerse in the game and learn about why we did shit back then, bloody great.
That emotive understanding.
Emotive understanding, yeah.
Why are you fighting? And you know what? It makes so much sense. And don't get me wrong, I have been of the opinion when I was younger. I was a young man. I was immature. I just wanted to shoot people and blow things up. Yeah. But I am of the opinion as I get older and as I'm having this profound understanding as I get older and I have kids of my own that we're not doing as well as we once did in terms of handing down stories of our history to the next generation.
Exactly.
And in a time where gamifying things is seen as such a genuine positive thing to do now, gamifying history is a great way to hand those stories down, particularly when the audience for gaming is so big. A lot of people will be excited for this game, but for them to be able to give it historical context and documentary scenes and location-based shots and footage, and tell these stories, tell the history, what a wonderfully passive opportunity to continue to relate those stories down each generation.
Well, and it's also evolved with the fact that gaming is no longer just a boys' domain. It was 30 years ago, really, if we're being honest about it. But
are you being honest about it?
Yeah, but we're getting to this point now where boys and girls from, this big to whatever big, play games. We went to Augusta, which is a southwest town here in WA where we record this podcast for New Year's Eve, and we went to the Cape Leveque Lighthouse. I think it's Cape Leveque. Might be Cape Naturalist. Anyway, one of the capes. And in one of the little lighthouse, in one of the rooms, they had a virtual display, and they had a game where you communicated using Morse code.
Oh yeah.
But actually, the game you had to. So they had the guide there. You had to type in a message, and then it'd show the message. And my kids all had a go. And they had a bit of fun, but they also learned a bit about Morse code. I reckon that's bloody great.
That is bloody great. That is fantastic.
2 taps for yes.
Is that legit?
I don't know.
Oh, hang on.
I didn't learn much. That part hasn't changed. Like they might teach me in gaming might teach me the history, but it doesn't just sink in for me.
Okay, hang on. Wait a minute. I'm gonna. No, don't look. Don't look. Don't look.
Oh, mate, don't you're testing me.
Okay, hang on. Beep. Oh wait. Beep. 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 That's yes.
Okay.
Right. Beep. 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 Now, I'm not going to tell you what that one is, but I would be so interested to see. Here's the challenge right now.
Yeah.
If you're watching this on Twitch or you're listening to this on the podcast,
Yeah.
you're welcome to either
Have a guess.
Pop it in the chat on Twitch, or if you're listening to this on the podcast, send it through to our DMs. In fact, if you're watching it on Twitch, send it through to our DMs as well. And I am just very, very interested to see if our social media manager gets bombarded with this particular word. And she'll appreciate it.
Well, I've got no idea what you just said.
Yeah.
Absolutely no idea. If it was the war, we'd be stumped.
It really would. We really would.
I'd go. My reply would be ham sandwich. What?
What? What do you mean ham sandwich?
Yes, I feel like ham sandwich.
God,
Very
that's
good.
Gold. Absolute
Anyway,
gold.
so yeah, I reckon that's good. That's automatically got me more interested in the game, Pete. Automatically. Don't know about you.
Oh, look, it certainly has me. I mean, I'm a fan. I'm a fan anyway.
We
so
talked
I'll
about
go
this a
and play.
couple of years ago, right? So you're saying your stance has altered slightly
Yes, in terms of like
because you
historical
shit
context.
canned Battlefield 5.
Yes,
to
I
me.
did shit can Battlefield 5, but I
you were
also
a young man of 33.
but
Then.
I also gave Fallout 76 a 10. So I'm not the one, and that was upon launch. I mean, a bit different these days, but I'm not the sort of person to be, I'm a social commentator. I'm not a journalist reviewer like Zulu and Historian and Nico and the rest of them. 10? What the fuck? Oh my god!
I know the haters find you. The haters hate you. And
that's why we're not on Metacritic, by the way.
Yeah.
That'd be the reason why.
Yeah.
Because they're like, these motherfuckers gave it a 10. No, absolutely not.
Barjo.
That was Fallout 4.
Yeah, I bought the game based on Barjo's, as we've
Yeah, I know.
famously talked about.
Mate, it's been a while since you've relayed that. You bought the game based on Barjo's recommendation.
I had some money. This is when he was still in good game. He gave it a glowing review. Went and bought it. I played it for about half an hour and went, "Oh my god, this is the biggest pile of shit I've ever played in my life." But I'm not into that kind of game. I just found it a big time wasting kind of game. I'm sure other people loved it.
Yeah,
and that's the beauty of bloody gaming, Pete. Is that one man's trash is one person's trash is another person's treasure.
That's indeed very much the case.
Except when it comes to Superman 64. That's just trash.
Can I, you know what we haven't done in a little while? What are you playing?
What am I playing?
And I think it's apt for me to actually
All right.
bring this up.
Do you
But
want
while you're thinking about what you're playing,
Okay.
I'm just going to type in Superman 64 eBay buy. Because
Don't-
I'm very
don't tell
curious.
me.
No, I'm very curious. I'm very curious to see
So,
what's at.
for anyone who wasn't born before 1995, which is probably most of you, Superman 64 is probably up there with the worst game of all time ever released. It was on the Nintendo 64. It was the first, from memory, of a superhero game mass released in the public. So there was a lot of hype around it, and then it came out, and it was literally a floating turd. If a turd could fly with a cape.
Is it a bird? Is it an aeroplane? No, it's a turd.
Yeah. If a turd could fly with a cape and undies on the outside, this was it.
So there's a rare Superman N64 complete in box with poster and booklet in great condition. $350. Where are they? I want to know where they are.
You would have got $3.50. You would have bought it for $3.50 in 1997, whenever it came
So
out.
they are in
98.
South Australia.
Yeah.
Now,
It's a new release there.
it is.
I'm joking, of course.
No, you're not. Good one.
No, I
Now,
love South Australia. I love Adelaide.
I wonder if Skittles is watching. I think Mum's watching.
Yeah, of course she is.
Yeah, because I could use the GOA card and buy it.
Well, it'd be a bloody great prize.
Maybe I will. I'll see how. I'll see.
Yeah.
I'll see what happens.
Yeah. Anyway, so that was that.
Yeah. So okay. What are you playing?
All right. Well, it will surprise you to hear that I'm still playing Fortnite with my squad.
No, it won't. It doesn't surprise me in the
but
least. Of course you are.
that game shits me. I don't know why I play it. I've had a theory about that game and why I like it so much. And I know when I say I play Fortnite, automatically 99% of the audience go, well, you've got no credibility whatsoever as a gamer. You're a dickhead. But I think I really believe, and I want to delve this in a future episode. I want to delve into this a bit more.
Okay. Yep.
One of the games in my life that really captured my imagination was a game called Dragon's Lair. Do you remember that game?
I do remember Dragon's Lair.
Now, for anyone watching and listening, Dragon's Lair was released in like mid-'80s, early 80s, and it was a cartoon that I thought was playable. It's not playable.
Yeah,
you give it a sequence, and then the cartoon, based on your sequence, would play out the way. But I just remember looking at the graphics going, oh my God, I'm controlling a cartoon. This is phenomenal, right?
1983.
It was the
by
game.
Cinematronics.
Yeah, it was the game that I could never play. I didn't have the money.
No, keep going. Keep going.
But it fascinated me, and I never ever really got to play it. I think Fortnite, because it's so cartoony, is talking to that 10-year-old me.
Yep. Now this is, mate. It was through the. What's really interesting is
What's the
that
guy's name? Dirk.
Don Bluth.
No,
Rick
Don
Dyer.
Bluth. Yeah, no, the character's name was Dirk. Someone.
Why do I know the name Don Bluth? Oh no, hang on a sec. The Bluths are in that
Arrested
TV show.
Development.
Yeah. Bloody
Big
wonderful.
Great
I
show,
blew myself.
What a show.
Dirk the Daring.
That's it, Dirk the Daring.
Now, look, this is really interesting, and the reason why is because it was only last week that I found myself going down a bit of a YouTube hole, and ended up coming across the Panasonic CDI.
Oh. Yeah,
So,
right.
sorry, Philips
Yeah.
CDI.
Yeah.
So Philips is not really a name you see anymore,
No,
is it?
no.
I don't know if it's been bought or something like that.
Yeah.
But Philips' tech company, they released a Laserdisc based
Yes. I remember.
console
Yeah.
back like fucking 80s, 90s, right?
Yeah.
And the Wand of Gamelon appeared in my Facebook Marketplace, which is a Legend of Zelda game.
Right.
So yeah, so
It's a
Link,
Nintendo game.
yeah, well,
Oh, no.
well, okay,
Zelda
so it was just have a listen to this, right?
Yeah.
Link, the Faces of Evil, Zelda, the Wand of Gamelon, and Zelda's Adventure, produced by Philips for their CDI format as part of Nintendo's Legend of Zelda video game series, not designed for Nintendo platforms. The games owe their existence to negotiations related to Nintendo's decision not to have Philips create a CD add-on to the Super NES. During these negotiations, Philips secured the rights to use Nintendo characters in CDI third-party developer games.
Okay.
Now, it's very interesting and timely that you've brought up Dragon's Lair and the whole cartoony thing, because same thing as these.
Yeah.
Cartoons.
Yeah.
And you're playing them on... It was amazing. It's like the future is here,
Yeah,
but it was so far off.
And it mixed... Where I got tricked is it mixed cartoony cutscenes with a really simple platform. You know, I remember a scene where you had to cross the moat, I think it was, and it was literally, you know, up, left, right, left, whatever. And you did it, and then it cut to a scene of him doing it.
Yep.
And I remember, oh my God, you know. So I wonder whether that is influencing... not my love of Fortnite, but my fascination with that game, because that game is just a cartoony, you know, PUBG wannabe, right?
Yes, okay. Yeah.
So anyway, I'm playing that. We'll delve into that in a future episode. That'd be a great big question too. What's the game that got you into gaming? But my son and I have been playing Viva Pinata.
Of course.
Do you remember that game?
I do remember
It's
that
on the
game.
Rare Replay series.
Yep.
It is a shit game.
It's terrible.
Now, my brother and I and a friend of mine had this running joke where we gave it to each other for our birthdays.
Yeah.
So he'd give it to me, then to give his birthday, I'd wrap it up, give it back to him. I never actually played it, but my son wanted to play it, so we played it.
Yep.
Great kids game. But even my son went, you know, my son's 8, went, Dad, this is pretty boring. I was like, yeah, it is.
But here's the thing, man. 96% like the video game on Google.
Well,
right?
it's a rare game. Like, when I say rare, as in the
78% on Metacritic.
yeah, the company made the game, and they were one of the great gaming companies of our lives.
Now that's 20 critic reviews and a 7.8 user score off 30 ratings for the public.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's great, mate. That's great.
Yeah, but
It's almost a fucking distinction.
I sort of feel like it's the Animal Crossing of 1998.
All right, okay.
If that makes sense. But it feels to me like a bit of a time waster. I think I don't like games that are time wasters. That's what's becoming apparent.
Oh, hang on a sec. Wait, you play Fortnite?
Yeah,
Shut
that's
the
right.
fuck up.
Shut the fuck up. I know. What are you playing?
I'm playing. Now, this is a big call. This is a fucking monster call,
Really?
right? But I'm putting it out there as my game of the year contender.
What?
Right? Now,
We're only in April.
No, I know, but I'll explain my reasons why.
Okay.
I'm playing Outriders at the moment.
I have seen this. It looks unreal.
Now, look, story is a good story. Is it anything relatively mind-blowing? No. It's a game where it does sort of get its inspiration from many other games that are out there at the moment.
Yep.
It's set in a sci-fi universe. The mechanics are great. Are they anything relatively groundbreaking? No, they're not. Is it really unique? I mean, no, we've seen it before. But I am enjoying it so much.
Yeah, right.
And it's come into being so underhyped.
Yes.
But it's delivered so bloody well.
Yes.
That I am putting it out there as my game of the year contender.
Wowzers.
And the reason being is because it's underhyped, because it's delivering. It's a AAA title. And I am not seeing anywhere anybody that I know at least, and not just that I know, but in general, that is unhappy with the game.
Is it 3-player co-op? It is, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's co-op. It's got everything. I really, honestly, it's a looter shooter. I'm enjoying this. This is the thing. It's not groundbreaking at all.
No.
But I'm just enjoying it. And I think in a space at the moment where we've been promised so much,
Yep.
through so much hype,
Yep.
that have fallen so short
yeah.
and under-delivered, and in a space where we're not being inundated with AAA titles, this one is a serious contender, I think, because I think it ticks all the right boxes and it does it well. And it does it without the hype.
And it's on Game Pass if you've got an Xbox.
Well, that's why I'm playing. It's on Game Pass. It's on the Xbox. I'm wearing a shirt today.
Yeah.
It's on the Xbox, and that's why I'm playing it. And that's the only reason why I would have picked it up.
Yeah.
Because it was on Game Pass, and I saw it. Somebody tweeted about it and went, "Oh, this is on Game Pass." By the way, I was like, "Okay, I'll pick it up. I'll play it."
I've downloaded it, but I haven't played it yet.
Man, and it's great. Like I said, it's not groundbreaking. There's nothing in it that's relatively unique, but it's just done well. They just do it. You do it.
Do it!
You do what you said you were going to do. You just delivered a game, and it's a good game.
Bloody yes! Are you playing it solo or with people?
I'm playing it solo, at the moment.
Maybe that could be our game. We've never actually gamed together. Maybe,
we haven't, and I can sure as shit tell you it ain't going to be Fortnite.
No. And
75% on Metacritic, 86% like this on Google.
Actually, we need to do that, don't we? We need to find some time because you and I have never actually gamed together based on the historical thing that you had a PlayStation and an Xbox. I know now it's all cross-platform. But you've never seen me in action. I reckon I'll frustrate you.
What do you mean?
I reckon you'll play with me and go, fucking, that guy is...
Yeah, but you're a run and gun.
I'm Leroy.
You're a Leroy Jenkins.
I'm Leroy Jenkins.
Whereas I play very...
Maybe we'll work well together, actually.
What's the word for it? I play very...
You're the team medic.
Conservative. I play very conservative.
Oh, no, yeah.
Like, I like to pick my shots. I like to pick them off from a distance and then get in there and use my abilities and stuff.
I always say this, if, God forbid, we're in a situation where we went to war... I'd be coming back in a body bag. You'd be coming back with medals.
I'd be carrying you.
Yeah.
I would be. Yes. I'd just be like, We knew it was going to happen, didn't we?
You tell me it's a 1 in 100 shot of me surviving? I'm going for it!
That's not a 1 in 101, is it? Them's good odds. So there you go. I'm playing Outriders and I'm tipping it.
Oh, I'm going to
early
give that a go.
for Game of the
That's
Year.
my next game. Thank you, Pete.
But like I said, there'd be a lot of people who are going, fucking Game of the Year, what? But, understand my context.
And-
not overhyped.
Yeah.
Come in without a lot of fanfare, being picked up by the broad market, and the broad market enjoying it, have positive things to say, and the game plays very well.
Who made it?
And
That's a question without notice. But
that is a question without notice, and I'm going to
because
tell you who made it.
again, for a future episode, and we've talked about this a million times, but again, it's almost worthy of these gaming companies not to hype something up.
Yeah. So People Can Fly developed it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't know much about that.
No, I've never
studio.
heard of them.
But Square Enix
Okay.
Europe
Maybe,
published it.
but maybe that's why it wasn't hyped, because they weren't a big, they weren't a.
Yeah, but Square Enix is the publisher.
Oh,
like
yeah,
they're,
yeah.
we're talking about a fucking top tier publisher.
Yeah, we are. Actually, we are. Yeah. So I wonder why. Maybe they did it purposely. I've seen it on a couple of YouTube videos, like the ads that come up.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
Well, okay, so I have never looked into People Can Fly before,
Mm.
but I'm just having a look now, and all of a sudden, the direction with which the gameplay itself has been taken makes a bit of sense, because it does play very similar to a Gears of War. And so Epic Games acquired a majority share in People Can Fly in August 2007 and collaborated with the studio on projects such as Bulletstorm and Gears of War Judgment.
Yep. Gotcha.
So there you go. That's one thing. If you've played a Gears of War before, you will get a feeling of Gears of War, and that's why I say it's nothing unique.
No.
It's nothing we haven't seen before.
No.
But I think what it does very well.
Yeah, great.
So there you
I'm
go.
in. I'm all in.
Dan.
Yes, Peter.
So here we go.
Is this our time, is it?
This is our time. We got a wonderful group of people called the GOA Legends Club. And they are our paid members, our paid subscribers. They pay $11 a month, $1 of that going to our charity partners, by the way. And they get a whole heap of benefits through Pentanet, through Lenovo Legion, our various partners that are there. More to come, by the way, so stay tuned. They're also part of our mentor program with our wider team. They're also invited to, secret events that we put on, and they also get their own secret channel on the Discord too. So a lot of really cool perks if you are a GOA Legends Club member. But we also read their very specific questions
In
and
the
answer
episode.
them
Yep.
in our GOA Weekly show.
Yep.
So we've got a couple here. So this one's from Mercury, who, by the way, is my mentee at the moment for
very good.
esports. Yep. He says, what was the moment when you realised that GOA was taking off? Have you got one?
Yeah, I have. Our first community catch up. It just put it very real to me that there's people out there who are genuinely interested in what we were talking about, because it's very easy to turn a mic on, especially you and I have worked in radio for a long time, and just talk shit and think people are getting into it, but then to actually have people turn up, meet people physically. We went and watched Avengers. Was it Endgame?
No,
it
it
was
wasn't
before that.
Endgame. It was the first Avengers. It was the first one out of the two that finished phase one
with Thanos. Yeah, and I literally got back from America that day, so I was on like no sleep for 40 hours or 42 hours, and we had an absolute blast of a night. Met some really great people who are still friends of mine to this day. That's when I sort of thought, jeepers, we're actually starting to.
Infinity War, mate.
There you go. Thank you.
And it was only 2018
Yeah.
when that happened.
So we'd be going then for maybe a year and a half. That's when I thought, wowzers, this is pretty cool.
Yep.
What about you?
A couple of things. That's certainly one of them. I was at PAX, and I believe it was 2018. I was over there doing some stuff with PLE Computers. I was hosting their booth at PAX. And I was just walking around in the crowd, and two blokes came up to me and went, Pete! And I'd never met them before. And I was like, hi, how you going? It was really nice to meet you. And they introduced themselves. And they were like, we are huge fans of the podcast.
Oh, fantastic, yeah.
We love what you guys are doing. We love the community and stuff.
Yeah.
Wow, so cool.
That's pretty cool.
Very cool. Other moments, when 2K got in touch with us to say, hey, do you want to send Nico over to LA for the Borderlands 3 reveals and launch?
Yeah.
but in particular, we held it was PAX 2019, and we held was it PAX? Anyway, no, it wasn't PAX because it was in February. We held our own community event.
Oh yeah,
at Palace Arcade here in Perth, and I think we expected maybe 15 odd people to rock up, and next thing we know, 60, 70 people. Like people just kept coming. Yeah. All, from the GOA community, they're like, yeah, fucking so cool. People have flown over for it. Yeah. Like all that sort of stuff. And that was a moment where, because I guess like you could literally sit there and look around, Yeah. And that was a moment where I was like, whoa, this is happening. That's so cool.
Well, and I think, it's probably a case of right place, right time, but we started this thing at a time when podcasts were just starting to become part of the, conversation. And we found a thing that we love talking about and we love doing. Yeah. And clearly there's an audience out there that's like the same thing.
100%. So, and thank you.
That's why we love the audience because, we talk about it every week, but we're fueled by all these fantastic people that are part of our community.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So Blue Streak's got a couple here. And by the way, Blue Streak, I love the new display pick, mate. Like he's going through our mentor program at the moment. Yep. He's even written some stuff for GameOnOz.com. Yes. Like you are just doing wonders, buddy.
Kicking goals.
Keep kicking goals, brother. This can probably be a real quick answer. What's the one game to introduce your kids to the world of gaming?
You go first.
Well, my daughter stumbled upon Smash Brothers.
Actually, that's a good.
She froths it.
Yeah, so do my kids.
Absolutely froths it. But like by virtue of what I managed to actually it sort of covered all bases, safe, enjoyable, everybody could join in, all that sort of stuff. Was Mario Kart.
Yes,
that got us there.
Yep. I'd say that, or if they're a bit older, Banjo-Kazooie, the series.
Yeah, well, I play through Games Pass, and they love sitting there and watching it.
Yeah, it's just that great, perfect combination of a platformer that's also a puzzler, which is also, I don't know, just it's unreal.
And it's
every
timeless.
Game's different too. It's timeless.
I'm playing it at the moment. It's fucking ridiculous how well that game still stands up. And I don't know how much of it is like fond memories of it as a kid that are still there today,
it's
or
amazing.
It's just still there. But I kind of go. Funnily enough, it can't just be fond memories because I've tried playing GoldenEye and I fucking can't. I just can't. It's so clunky and so weird and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. But Banjo-Kazooie just works. Yeah. And God, the kids laugh. Like when Kazooie comes out of the backpack, you use the legs and he's going, go, 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 go. Ow! Ow!
Oh, the classics when Kazooie poops out the egg, That's hilarious. I mean, that never gets old. Good question.
Also, how do you explain gaming to your significant other? Actually, we'll come back to that. We'll come back to that. The reason why is because there's one other question here. It's from Straight Jacket Jim.
Yep.
And he goes, kiss, marry, kill the GOA Stream team members.
Oh, God.
Okay, so that's Straight Jacket Jim, Lukey Bangers, Rogue Sultana and her husband Ben, Menthonzo. Have I got everyone? I think I've got Reflex. I think that's everyone. Kiss, marry, kill.
Kiss, marry, kill.
Kiss, marry, kill.
Well, I'd marry Rogue.
Yeah, lovely.
I'd kiss Straight.
Mm-hmm.
He's a beautiful man, that man. Like I've met him a couple of times, and he rocked up to that. What was that on his shirt? Giving you shit.
Oh, SMB.
SMB.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Bloody legend.
That was like love at first sight for me when I met Straight. And kill, I wouldn't kill any of them, to be quite honest with you. I love everything they do, but if I had to pick someone, can I pick you?
You can pick me.
Kill you? I'll kill you.
You can pick me. I mean, Goa would fall over, but you can pick me, you asshole. Who would I kiss? I would probably give a big old smooch to, I reckon, Lukey Bangers. Yeah. Because I just want to feel the tingle of that beard. I'd marry Straight Jacket Jim.
Okay.
Because he's just a wonderful man.
Wouldn't he be a magnificent partner?
He'd be just such a
live with.
God, he'd be a great husband.
He's just always so, yeah.
Yeah.
He would be.
You'd be a better husband than I am. Like, you would be a wonderful husband. I would kill Reflex or Menthonzo. And the reason why is because they are most likely to get themselves back out of the gulag.
They really are,
Yes.
yeah.
Out of all of us, out of the entire stream team and all of us, they are the ones that are most likely to get themselves out of the gulag afterwards. So, yeah, there you go.
Did you see that meme about Prince Philip?
Yes.
You know, I mean, gone too soon. You
Oh,
know,
God.
And he's flying out of the gulag. Or something.
Yeah. God, mate. And the lead up to his death as well, the amount of memes that I saw about him appearing in the next Zombies game as a DLC.
I mean,
rest in peace,
rest
you
in
legend.
Peace, you legend. But, you know, we can laugh about it because he wasn't. He had a great life and a fantastic innings.
99 not out. Not bad. Couple of months off getting a letter
Just
from
didn't
the
want the
Queen.
letter from his wife.
Apparently.
Yeah. All right.
Hey, last one
sorry.
here.
So-
And
Boom!
Question!
Down, down.
Here's a bloody big burn,
Bam,
burn.
bam.
This one comes from Blue Streak.
Mm.
How do you explain gaming to your significant other? Do you explain it as a work, hobby, etc., etc.?
I've got 4 simple words. It's what I do.
It's what I do.
My wife has actively said she hates gaming.
Mm.
She can't believe that. I always say to her, if you could speak to your 15-year-old self and show her a picture of me playing games, would you have been interested? She goes, not a chance in hell.
Wow.
She would have slapped her. You know, this 15-year-old self would have slapped her and said,
Uh-huh.
snap out of it.
Yep.
But gamers have this thing about them, you know, we're very good at lots of things.
Yes.
And much like she hid her smoking from me when we first went out, I hid my gaming from her.
Well, there
Not
you
that
go.
I didn't hide it.
Everyone's got a vice.
Yeah. Gaming is what I do. I'll never stop gaming to the day I die. When I'm on that, you know, life support machine, comatose at 99 years of age with Prince Philip next to me, I'll still be gaming.
It's funny because when I was a kid, my father used to call it my life support machine. I'm not even joking, man. Like, he'd go, you're on your life support again, are you?
Yes, I am.
I'm like, well, if you want me to live, Dad, yeah. I got Whizpig to take down, motherfucker.
Yeah. Well, and he copped it, didn't
And
he?
he copped it. He copped the sweet.
So that's what I do. We have this. We're now in this situation, and you know, I don't know if it's sad or not, but she every night pretty much will watch a shit TV show that I'm not interested in, and I'll bloody game that she's not interested in, and we have a happy marriage as a result.
I like it.
What about you?
I have.
Now Liz is a bit more into it, isn't she? She has. You have had times in your life where you guys have gamed together.
Mate, I will tell you this story, right? And I'll keep it clean. But
This was the marry me moment.
this
wasn't
was well, there were
no.
two marry me moments. One was she made me a lasagna,
it? Oh, yeah.
which for a wog is a big deal.
Yeah.
And she did a good job of it too.
Okay, great.
But it was Canberra, 2011, and she'd just moved over, and she was looking for a job at the time, but hadn't nailed one down.
Yep.
Looking for something in marketing and shopping centres. Eventually found one. Rest is history. I've come home, and she is sitting down in front of the TV in her underwear playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
Oh.
And I thought to myself, I've hit the jackpot.
Yep. Ding 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 ding.
Ding, ding, ding. And my wife is a beautiful woman, very attractive. It was at that point where I was like, I'm prepared to get down on my knees right now and ask you to marry me. And I didn't because, you save the romance. But, God, that was a moment. But look, to my wife's credit, very early on in the piece, I gave her a good understanding that I love video games. I play video games and they are a thing for my life.
Yep.
And it took her a while to get her head around the fact that video games to me weren't just a pastime, but were a lifestyle.
Yep.
Much like somebody plays footy or like they like to study or all that sort of stuff.
Yep.
And then when I started making a career out of them, like she was especially, receptive to that.
Yes.
And bless her, she actually goes into bat for me when other people are like, well, you don't work. Like that sort of shit. She's like, you shut the fuck up. And when she
Oh,
says
good on you,
that,
Liz. That's
I'm
fantastic.
immediately taken back to that moment where she's in front of Modern
Yeah,
Warfare 2.
yeah.
And so but look, it wasn't easy. Like she's not in she hasn't grown up with games like we have and loved them like we have and stuff. So it took a bit of an understanding.
Yep.
But I think like it's that, isn't it? Like I think it takes a few times, but that one time in particular to sit them down and go, I just need you to understand that this is a genuine part of who I am. It's something I genuinely enjoy. I don't smoke.
No.
I don't drink. I don't take drugs. I'm not an alcoholic. Like my vice, if you could even call it that, is to play video games.
And I remember similarly, like Leona used to give me a lot more of a hard time about it, but these days she's pretty cool about it. She understands, I think, that it's me and you and whatever. But also, I've said that too. I've said, well, I could be out there, all the cool guys you've ever met in your life, your ex-boyfriend stuff, whatever, are probably guys that go out and get pissed with their mates and, are out in the town. I'm at home gaming in the next room. You know where I am.
Yep.
I'm not hurting anyone.
100%, mate.
Yep. So, and she went, oh, okay, that's actually a pretty good point.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And like, Liz, like a lot of the blokes that Liz went out with back in the day, were a lot cooler than what I am.
Yeah.
A lot fitter than what I am and all that sort of stuff. They're busted asses now.
Yeah.
And her biggest gripe with me is that I occasionally play too many video games. Like that's, so
That's right.
yeah, I think Blue, because he accompanies this with, FYI, I couldn't get away with saying I'm working when I wrote the maquette review. I was in the doghouse for a while. Now that's understandable because it's like a one-off, and the first time your wife's probably ever gone, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's that, and now you've assimilated yourself into this community as well.
Yep.
Really up there amongst the community group too. Like you are, and you're part of the mentor program. Like you're doing all of this stuff. So, it's probably time to have that genuine chat. Like if you want to go down that line, where you're like, sweetheart, I just need you to understand that this is a part of my life.
I agree. And
you're a good bloke.
I think gamers on this level that we're all on, people watching, people listening, and us, it is more than just a thing you do. It is part of your life.
Yeah.
It'll always be a part of my life.
And show her this stuff. Like show her, all of this gear. It's always nice to have another viewer.
Subscribe.
Yep. Don't show her any of Dan's jokes.
No.
Not
one.
Not one.
Not one.
But yeah, just be honest, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And I think you need a partner if they're not into. I mean, you're not going to convert everyone. I'll never convert my wife, but we are at a point where she understands this is what I do, and she understands that's what I am.
Yep, 100%.
And she wouldn't change it.
Oh, Danny, I think that's it, mate.
That's a show.
I think that's a show.
That's a show.
That is a show. Thank you very much for watching. If you're watching on Twitch, thanks, or wherever you're watching, by the way.
YouTube.
If you're listening on the podcast, by the way, that is the big question, so we'd love to hear your answers as well and check them out. That'll be up on socials by the time this is out on audio.
Yep.
Excuse me. So if you are listening to this podcast, go to our socials because it's there right now.
Right now.
Right now.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for staying with us and being a part of our great community. Don't forget, discord.gameonoz.com is where you can come and partake. It's a lot of wonderful legends who love to game together all the time and just hang out and talk great shit. We've got a Magic the Gathering arena tournament coming up very soon. By the way, it's free to enter. Just go to battlefy.gameonoz.com. And there's cash prizes, so $300 for first place and, money for second and third, and there's other prizing as well, and this, that, and the other. So very, very cool. Don't forget to subscribe, like, follow, share, all of the cool stuff. Support us. We appreciate it. If you want to go a level above and partake in all of the really awesome shit, the GOA Legends Club is somewhere you can go. Become a legend. $11 a month, and I'm telling you, the benefits are well worth it. That being said, thanks to Pentanet, thanks to Lenovo Legion, our wonderful partners, PLE Computers out there as well. We're going to get the hell out of here. Go pentanet.gg.
Come on. Come on.
Check them out. And have a great weekend in gaming. And as we always say, Dan,
don't forget to say.
Yeah.